let's do a little review before your chapter test tomorrow. Tomorrow's chapter test will be basically over numbers 6 to 10. 6 to 10. So on this page, we have a quick vocabulary check. And the vocabulary that they're talking about are your number words, right? You can make a number, but there's also a way to write the word that is the number. This is the word 8, right? It doesn't look like the number 8. It's the word 8. This is the word 6, 5. That's the word 10, 7, and 9. So you're going to need your crayons for this because they're asking us to use different colors to complete each direction. So for the first one, it says to use a black crayon to circle the basket that has 7 pieces of fruit. All right, so we're supposed to be using our black to circle the basket that has 7 pieces of fruit. This is the word that says 7. 7. Let's just count the apples just to make sure that there are 7 in that basket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 pieces of fruit in that basket, 7 apples. So we are going to circle those with our black crayon. Circle the 7 apples. The next direction is calling for us to use a purple crayon to circle the basket that has 8 pieces of fruit. So I'm going to go up here, and I think this is more blue than purple, but I don't have a lot of choices here. So it says purple crayon to circle the basket that has 8 pieces of fruit. And this funny looking word, E-I-G-H-T, that's the word 8. Let's just count and make sure there are 8 oranges in that basket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 pieces of fruit in that basket. So circle up those 8 oranges. Those number words are telling us the exact right thing. And then the next direction is calling for us to use a green crayon. So you're going to need your green crayon. And this time we're going to circle the basket that has 9 pieces of fruit. 9. Now here is our number word 9. We better count the lemons just to make sure that there are 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, there are 9 lemons in that basket. So circle up those 9 lemons, those 9 pieces of fruit. And the very last direction is calling for us to use our red crayon. So you'll need your red crayon. And you're supposed to circle the basket that has 10 pieces of fruit. Now, I don't have a red, so I'm going to have to use an orange because that's pretty close. So we're looking for the one that has 10 pieces. Do you see that word 10 right there? Yep, it's just a little word. 10. 10. So let's count the bananas just to make sure that there are 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10. So circle that basket, circle those 10 pieces of fruit. All right. And when you are ready, go ahead and turn the page so that it looks just like this. Looks like breakfast. Looks like waffles and maybe some hot chocolate. All right. So what they're asking us to do on this page, and I'll go up and grab my pen, and you can just use a pencil for this one. It's asking us to count and draw lines to match one group with objects in the other group. Okay, so first, let's go ahead and count how many waffles we see. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waffles. So I'm going to go down and around, put a hat on top, see what you found. It's a big fat 5. All right, so we got 5. Now let's count our cups of hot chocolate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so a round balloon tied so fine. Add a stick. Yep, that's a 9. All right, now we're going to compare the objects in both of these groups. And when we compare, remember how we drew those lines? So we're going to go from this waffle to this hot chocolate, this one to this one, waffle to hot chocolate, waffle to hot chocolate, and then waffle to hot chocolate. All right, so we can see that we have some extra hot chocolate. We have 4 left over, actually. So we're supposed to circle the number and the group that is greater. Well, 9 is greater or more than 5. So we're going to circle that right up. And then we're going to put an X on the group that is less. And 5 is less than 9. So we're going to put an X right there. All right, I'm going to switch colors up here just to kind of switch things up. And we're going to move down here to see the number 2 inside the apple and the pictures of our roosters. All right. And it says to draw a box around the 4th chicken from the food. All right. So all of these chickens are walking toward the food. All right. And we are looking for the 4th chicken. So here's the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, and here is the 4th. We're using those ordinal numbers, drawing a box around the 4th chicken. Then it says to draw an X on the 5th chicken. 5th, number 5. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. There he is, making an X on that 5th chicken using our ordinal numbers. And the last direction says we're going to draw a line under the 1st chicken. So draw a line under that very 1st chicken who's getting ready to eat that food. All right. All right. You are ready to turn the page. And I'll have to go back up here and get my pen again. All right. Now, you see the apple tree? There are some apples on the tree, and then there are some apples on the ground. First, we're counting the apples that are in the tree. And we're going to color one box for each apple that we count. All right? And then we're going to write that number. So let's count the apples in the tree. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 apples in that tree. So let's go ahead and put in 10 in our 10 frame. And remember, if you have 10, your 10 frame is going to be completely filled up because it has 10 spaces. And if you have 10 objects, there's something in every single box. And I know those aren't the best circles you've ever seen there. All right, there's 7. Here's 8, 9, and 10. So I've created a 10 frame to show how many apples are in the tree. And I'm going to write that number 10, which is a 1 and a 0. And then the next direction says that I should count the objects that are on, or the apples that are on the ground. All right. And then make sure that my 10 frame matches that number. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the ground, 5 apples on the ground. So I'm going to make my 10 frame look like that. You make your 10 frame look like that too. We're going to fill in 5 spaces in our 10 frame. And you know that if you fill in 5 spaces, that means that whole top row is filled up because there are 5 spaces on the top and 5 spaces on the bottom. So there are my 5 spaces filled up in my 10 frame. And I have to write that number 5. So go down and give him a big fat belly there. Go around and then put his hat on top there for number 5. All right. Now, we're supposed to circle the number and the group that is greater. Greater is the same thing as more. So which one is more? Is 10 or is 5 more? Right. 10 is more. We have way more boxes filled up here, right? We have both the top row and the bottom row filled up. So there's definitely more in the group that has 10 in it. So we're going to circle that up. Looking good. And you are ready to turn the page. All right. Should see a page here with all kinds of crayons on there. It says to count the crayons and say how many. And then draw one more crayon, okay? This is going to be tricky because I'm not very good at drawing these things with this pen, but we're going to give it our best shot. Okay, so in this first box, number 1, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crayons. We've got 6 crayons, and they wrote the number 6 right there. Let's draw an extra crayon there. That is as good as it's going to get. We're going to pretend that looks like a crayon. So we had 6. We're going to count one more. And now how many is there? Yes, there are 7. There are 7 because 7 is one more than 6. Let's try to do another, and I'll see if I get better at drawing crayons here. All right. Let's take a look. The box was number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 crayons. And they wrote the number 7 right there for us. So I'm going to try and draw. There, I'm drawing a green crayon here. All right. So there's an extra crayon. So I had 7. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because 8 is 1 more than 7. All right, one more like this to go. I think I'll switch up my numbers again. This time there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 crayons. And they wrote the number 8 there for you. So now you're going to draw another crayon beside that. And now we'll count to see how many there are now that we've added one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is 1 more than 8. All right. Now, the last one, it's completely blank piece of paper there. So let's find out what the directions want us to do. It says draw dots to show 1 more than 9. So why don't we draw 9 first? All right. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We did 9 dots, and I think I'll just write a number 9 over here so I remember that I drew 9 dots. Now it says to add 1 more. So I added 1 more. How many dots do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 dots because 10 is 1 more than 9. And you are all finished. You think you're ready to take your test tomorrow? You know everything you need to know about the numbers 6, 7, 8, and 9? All right, I hope so. All right, good job practicing today.